Obedience is doing what your dad wants you to do, even when you don't want to do it. Submission, joyful submission, is following your husband, even in times where it doesn't particularly make sense.
Following your husband, even when it doesn't make sense, is precisely the conditions that abusers rely on. Healthy relationships don't require a person to override their own judgment and desires as spiritual discipline. That's not holiness. That's grooming framework dressed in sanctification language. And let's talk about that joyful framing here because it's not enough that you have to comply. You have to feel good about it too. And that's coercive control with a smile requirement attached.
Because a world filled with insubordinate feminist women, joyful submission is a righteously confusing witness to the broken world.
This man is completely inverting what a confusing witness to the world actually looks like in Scripture. Because Jesus was a confusing witness because he elevated the lowly, not because he institutionalized hierarchy. That feminist insubordination comment is exactly where Christian nationalism shows its seams. He's not describing a theological norm, he's describing a culture war position. Feminist is doing the work of marketing insubordination as worldly and therefore sinful. But that's the assertion, not the argument. Women advocating for their safety, dignity, and voice is not the same category as refusing to submit to God. So if she has to follow him even when it doesn't make sense, what happens when he's wrong? What happens when he's dangerous? The framework has no answer for this because it's not designed to protect her. It's designed to protect his authority instead. The reality is that this theology produces exactly the conditions that domestic violence researchers identify as high risk. One partner's judgment is structurally overridden, and resistance is framed as a moral failure.